Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Enchanting Sorcery Productions. We are presenting the Dresden Files, Bloody-Yule. The game system we're using tonight is Dresden Accelerated, based off of the Fate system. I'm also using Foundry for the first time, so please bear with us for any technical issues. I am your host, Caitlin. I am she/her. I will be your storyteller for this evening. I've been playing role-playing games since 1997 and DMing since 98. Tonight's show deals with vampires, blood and violence, and some minor sexual themes, and some pre-approved gaslighting. We're going to go around the table and introduce our cast to the audience, starting with Val.
Hi, I'm Valerie. My pronouns are she/her. I'm playing our water warden tonight, Bridget Markham. Her pronouns are also she/her. I'm bad at this, so I can't think of much else to say right now.
Thank you, Val. Celtic, you please introduce us?
Hello, everyone. I'm Celtic to Nephew. You can call me Celtic. You can call me Dee. My pronouns are she, her. And tonight I will be playing Carmen Bellum. She's got dark olive skin, dark hair, a cool AF demeanor, because she's really seen some stuff as in her time with the Fellowship of St. Giles. And I will be playing the Red Vampire Initiate. Is that what they're called? I forget.
Red Vampire Infected.
Infected, not initiate.
Yes.
She has been infected. That's it.
All right, thank you. Cyanide, please give us your character.
Hi, I'm Cyanide, or Nikki, she, her. I will be playing Penelope this evening. Also goes she, her.
And we will come up to Miss Bunny. Will you please tell us about your character?
Hi, I'm Pixelated Bunny, or Bunny, and I am going to be playing Kendra, and she will not give you her last name. She is a law enforcement changeling, wild fae.
All right. All right. Well, thank you. We're going to
she, her. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh yes, she, her.
Sure. I am Dicey. I go by she, her, and my character's name for this campaign will be Brix Briar, also she, her, and them. I am the college student changeling, and I will. My heritage is Winter Fae, so I'm trying to do everything against what they believe in to rebel.
All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into the game now, and so the date is December 24th, 2008. For those familiar with the book series, this takes place not long after Proven Guilty, book 8 in the book series. So it is a dark and stormy night in Seattle. No one was about, not even a mouse. There is nowhere to be but indoors. The wind is an assault. You cannot see beyond the snow, as if everything is composed of it. The world transformed into a frozen air above you, around you. Even the ground seems insubstantial. You're lost. There is no compass or map that can aim you. All is a gamble between fortune and doom. Winter ending its rage or claiming its victims. You find yourself in an older apartment complex from the 1970s. A group of gray wardens are spending Yule with their friends and family while recovering from the Battle of Boring, Oregon. The living room of the apartment you're in is lit by a brick fireplace and candles all around the house. There's a faint smell of smoke from the burning wood that lingers in the air. There's also a small altar with a glass of wine in the middle sitting above the fire. The carpet is a golden shag that looks like that it belonged in the 70s. And the walls are covered in perfect wood paneling. Inside the living room is a love seat with dark blue sheet draped over it to hide whatever horrors the fabric would bring. Under the curtains across from the room was a couch covered in red roses with a dingy white background. Next to the front door was a couple of gun racks that held the warden's staffs and firearms and any other weapons that the party would bring in. The air was full of baked apples, cinnamons, yams, bit of turkey that just filled the air from the cooking in the kitchen. In the party finds themselves around the fireplace with Lucinda Richards, a middle-aged woman with salt and pepper hair and a cast over her right arm. She wore the loudest holiday sweater and blue jeans, while Dean and James, Margreve wardens, finished making holiday dinner in the kitchen. So the five of you find yourselves sitting around and chatting in the with each other, while there's some music playing, holiday music playing, all over the radio. So if anybody wants to jump in. All right, Celtic, what are you doing?
Carmen is sitting off to the side, looking sort of nonchalant, just leaning at a wall. But those in the know would notice that she has an eye on every exit and every person. She has positioned herself exactly where she needs to be to see what's going on. She does have a glass of whatever everyone's drinking in her hand. It has been untouched. And she's just watching.
Okay. Does anybody else want to tell us what their characters are doing?
I can go. Since I'm just now getting into the college scene, I'm still a super bubbly, warm personality, contrary to what people are used to seeing from my family. And so I kind of walk in trying to introduce myself to as many people as possible. I am making sure that I have some of the drink that they have. I want to grab any kind of food. I smell the apples and everything that's cooking, and I'm just trying to give as many compliments and be as warm as possible.
All right. Bridget, what are you doing?
It's probably just like, she's probably off to the side, just doing a quick check on her bandages and the like from the fight, from the battle. Sorry.
Okay. Penelope.
Stuffing my face, just like I haven't eaten in days. 3 glasses in, yeah.
All right. All right, I believe all of you can adjust the volume to your own music if it's too loud. Bunny, did I ask you what you're doing yet?
No, you have not. I
Please
would
tell us.
also be over with Penelope, personally looking for pizza. Because it has the cheese.
I don't think they're going to deliver in this weather.
Kendra, honey, we're not getting any pizza. I've told you this.
Someone said there would be pizza.
Did that... Okay, question. Did that voice work? Did I was supposed to have a voice change that happened there?
I think right now is
Okay.
the voice change.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry, I'm playing with the setup. So, anyways, Lucinda was telling you that there's no cheese for you. She hands you a can of Coke, though.
I'm gonna take the Coke and I'm gonna look at Lucinda and I'm just gonna crush the can in my hand and throw it down.
I go, how violent! Good for you.
Oh, okay. So Lucinda just shakes her head and walks off into the back kitchen. Then you can hear her rummaging around and into the ice boxes. She's probably looking for something. You also hear a loud thump of metal hitting the ground, followed by a very long, explicitive form of cursing. James comes out and looks at y'all and goes, "So yeah, the turkey just ended up all over the floor. So we're gonna
I'll
have
eat it."
something to deal with that. I mean, we could clean it, but I mean, sorry. Well, I'll see what I can scrounge up for sandwiches."
I mean, it happens. Turkeys be like that sometimes.
Is there still a 5-second rule in this area?
Honey, the house is... Sorry. Honey, the house is from the 70s. I don't think the floor has been replaced since then. I am sure there is E. coli that are millions of years old, practically.
So 3 seconds.
Yeah, we're way past that.
Unfortunately.
I'll
Are you
still eat it.
Was it a turkey?
It was a turkey. It used to be a turkey, at least before it caught fire and was dropped.
It wasn't a pizza.
No, it was not a pizza.
I don't fucking care anyway then. However, I am gonna follow the noise to where it crashed to see this destruction of the bird.
So, yeah, you walk into the kitchen and it looks like somebody stomped on the bird and it's just everywhere. There is stuffing on the ceiling, on the walls. There's a turkey leg sitting in front of your feet across the room. There are 2 gentlemen. There are just like, I can't believe I did that. Or the other gentleman's still looking at it, just like trying to clean it up. And it's like, I can't believe this happened.
Yeah, Bridget will pop in there and help her just clean that mess up because it's just, yeah, no one should have to clean that mess up by themselves.
Oh, I'm definitely not helping.
Am I allowed to shift in here? Has that been banned?
No, you're a puppy.
I'm
You'll fit fine.
shifting, and I will go eat off the floor and help them clean that way.
I feel like I just want to be just in the way. Just, how could... Just completely in the way. Not helping at all.
Carmen just kind of has a big, heavy sigh, adjusts her stance a little bit, but just watches. Pretends to sip.
While the 2 male wardens are cleaning up the mess with everybody, Lucinda just shakes her head and starts scritching behind Penelope's ear. Yes. After getting it all cleaned up and making sandwiches for everybody, Dean brings out the sandwiches, sets them on the table, and also brings out glasses of eggnog for everybody, hands them out, and goes, "To a peace with the vampires. May it come soon." And he slams it back.
I'm gonna giggle and I'm gonna drink.
Carmen just kind of scoffs, like a great big disbelieving snort.
I feel like I pretend to chug it, and then it just kind of goes. It actually kind of goes down my shirt instead. Like I try to be smooth, but it doesn't work out that way.
Do the sandwiches have cheese on them?
No. They deliberately made no cheeseless sandwiches just for you.
You know, I think there's like a
And
Domino's. I think that's what they call it now. It's, I don't know, a few blocks away. If you want to brave the snow and ice.
So Dean does pull out a cheese sandwich and hands it to Bricks. Here you go, hon. And
I'm
as
gonna
he's
take it
handing
from
the
Bricks.
as he's handing the sandwich, Penelope's head jerks up and looks towards the door, followed by a loud thump and a flash of purple light as the wards react to whatever just happened.
Do they react like they just came down, or do they react like something's trying to get in?
Like something was trying to get in.
Yeah, I'm just facing the door, growling.
I immediately bound to my sword and bound to the back door with it up and ready.
Okay. Dicey, what are you doing?
So, I feel like I'm kind of freaking out, in a way, because I don't really know. I kind of just keep forgetting that I'm just now getting used to the magic that I have. So I kind of panic, and I'm like, "What do we do? Who is that at the door?"
Stay back.
Not Joe Mama. Joe Mama.
I hope not. She's kind of scary.
Bridget, what are you doing?
Like I said, I was helping them clean up the turkey in the kitchen.
Well,
but
after the door
yeah.
kick,
after the
so
wards
you're
going
reacting
off.
to the wards. This is your wards.
As in, Bridget's the one who put them up.
Yes.
Well, in that case, whoever's busted their way in is not supposed to be here, and she is not going to be particularly happy about that. She's probably gonna gingerly jump to her feet and start heading for the weapon rack just to be on the safe side.
Okay. There is another thump but the purple flash is a lot lighter, as if somebody just threw themselves into your wards and almost like a suicide attack.
Are the wards still up?
They are.
Maybe
Okay.
they're looking for a door prize.
In this weather?
There's probably about 3 feet of snow on the ground already. About 2 to 3 feet of snow. And the winds are probably about 50 to 75 miles an hour. It's pretty thick. You can't really see much.
I'm creeping towards the door and just sniffing and full listening.
So, Penelope, you do hear some growling. And if you really focus, you hear a woman screaming in terror and pain.
Carmen's gonna walk up next to Penelope and be like on the side of the door frame. So if the door gets busted open, she's like right there, ready to be there.
Okay.
And she just affects a really bad accent and is just like, "Who is it?"
Yeah, this is my name's John, and we're here to deliver pizza.
Do not invite them in.
I like pizza.
We also have some Chinese for the. We heard that there were people that couldn't get out tonight because of the storm, so we're just bringing them to. We're just bringing everybody their holiday dinner.
How
Just-
nice of you.
I
Just
am
dashing right up to that door, aren't you?
I'm trying to get someone to open the door at this point. I want out.
Carmen just puts a leg in front of you to keep you from the door. And it's a very strong leg. You'd have to try real hard to get past.
Is there a window also nearby?
That's what I was getting ready to ask.
They're behind the couch with the roses.
I feel like I want to do two things. I can turn liquids into solids. So I was going to take the eggnog that's being served, make it into like one of those maces, like those giant ball staffs with the spiky bits, the mace. I'm gonna hold it behind my back. And then I'll be like, y'all are so nice. And I open the window. I'm like, come in.
Okay.
No, what are...
Did I explicitly said don't invite them in?
They were so nice.
If they're vampires, you just let them in.
Oh.
Past the threshold.
She doesn't live here. It doesn't mean the same, does it?
No, this is not my home.
Yeah, because you invited them in. 3 vampires leap through the window, through the wards.
No.
And this is why I said, do not invite them in. I literally said that.
I have an eggnog
All
made.
right. All right. So, welcome to combat. So, how this works is you declare an action, and if you then you can tap on your sheet various things. Like Bridget can tap when magic fails. I got my gun, and that gives her a +2 to her forceful roll, which is what she will use to roll for her gun.
What? Speaking of gun, which gun did I pull off the rack?
Well, there was a couple shotguns. There's a couple of rifles and some pistols. So
Close range,
I'll leave
probably
it up to you.
shotgun then.
the way I'm going to run combat is how it's sitting on my screen. So I'm going to start with Bridget and end with Kendra. So, Bridget, you get first reaction because it. Yeah, I'll give you first reaction.
Okay. All right, since she's already at the weapon rack, she's gonna grab a shotgun off of it and just probably shoot the middle shock trooper, since that's the closest one to her. Or
So there's where the rack is.
oh, okay.
I did not put everybody where they were. I was just dropping them in.
Okay, fair. I was going off with that. I'm sorry. How far can I move?
About 30 feet.
Standard 1 square is 5 feet thing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, in that case, she is going to grab a shotgun off the rack, move to... Alright, maybe I'm an idiot because I'm not sure how to move the token.
It's not moving for you?
Nope. I was gonna be next to. I was gonna be between Kendra and Lucinda. So.
The
like
game
right
is
there.
paused.
Yeah.
If you unpause the
Oh.
game,
Yeah.
you can move.
I'm positive.
Oh,
There you
that
go.
one's
Now
right
can
in.
you move it?
Let's find out. Yes.
Okay.
And she's just gonna level the shotgun and shoot the one on the left.
Okay. That, like I said, that'll be a click on forceful and add 1. All right. So you have a +3 already, so that's a +4, which means you succeed very well. Tell me how you.
I was going to assume that the shotgun just blasts the thing right back out the window. I'll leave it up to you how much of it might still be left in the building, but it's probably not most of it.
So that trooper gets tossed back and impales itself on a broken piece of the glass that's now sticking through its chest, and it's now letting out a very loud wail of pain. And as a warden that's been fighting them, you would know that this particular wail is the call for help from everybody.
But we didn't invite them
Alright.
in, just those 3, right?
That is correct.
I will keep
Alright,
my mouth shut.
All right, Celtic, or Penelope. Or, I'm sorry, not Penelope. Carmen.
Carmen just absolutely launches right past everyone, moving with not quite supernatural speed, but definitely the fastest human you've ever seen. And just starts to go at the closest vampire. She also cursed in like 3 different languages when she heard that howl. And then I have fun weapon stuff.
Okay.
So I have a +1 to the skill because of my weapon specialization, and +2 to stress that I give because of my weapon focus. So I don't know how that works.
Okay. That sheet is actually slightly wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. Your forceful was supposed to be a 4, not 1.
Okay. Cool.
So you would click forceful and then add your bonuses to it. So that is a blank, which means you succeeded with neither advantage or disadvantages.
Okay.
Then you add your stuff, so it's at least a +4, which means you nailed that pretty good. Oh, looks like you got a -1, but yeah. Anyways, so you do succeed.
Okay.
So tell me about what you do.
Okay. So, I just leap after it, and is it enough to kill it, or is it just hurt?
You're like at +6. That means you've reached the upper levels of the scale, which means you do slice. You're able to dice and slice it apart.
Okay. With like brutal, what's the word I want? Just completely in control of herself. She just kind of like kicks it in the stomach, just enough to distract it. And as it's like kind of bent over, her sword just kind of comes up and its head pops right off.
You also hit the blood sac, which then sprays blood all over you and all over the carpet. Just part of killing it.
Yeah.
Blood and gore.
I just lick my mouth and turn to the next one.
All right, Penelope.
I'm running full force at the thing and trying to get it at least to the ground to where I can get a good grip on its throat.
All right, that would be a flashy for you. You rolled a 4. And you have... Okay, so you're able to grab it by its throat and yank it to the ground while it's still trying to struggling. It's... It tries to grab you and dig its claws into your shoulder. However, you're moving a little too fast for it to get purchased. So now all of you see is the wolf and the vampire struggling on the ground together. Bricks, Dicey, that is you're up.
So I'm already feeling extremely apologetic, but there's not really anything I can apologize for. It was my fault. And so what I want to do, I don't know how to move. Can I do this? Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, that's moving you 3 squares. And if you let
Am
go,
I
you
able to
should
do
move.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to come right here, or how far can I go?
Probably right. 30 feet. Each square is 5 feet. So 1, 2. That's moving 20 feet.
Can I land? Okay, so I want to land here, and I still have my eggnog mace. So while they're struggling on the ground, I am trying to get like a good angle, and then just either spear it or hit it, the vampire, and
Alright.
just like I'm trying to hit his head.
That will be a forceful roll. You will not get any extra bonuses for that, though.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, you'll get
Nope.
you'll get +2 because of ice, baby.
Okay, got it.
So that is actually brings you to a +1. So you do hit it, but it's just causing stress to the creature.
Okay.
So he looks like he just got hit really hard from when you slammed it down, but he's still moving and not. All right, Kendra, you are up.
So I am going to. Was this an Accord's place, or just
No, this
like
was
Warden's? Okay, because
this was just a warden home.
Okay, making sure, because I figure that if it's just a warden home, then I could probably have my a gun tucked in the back of my pants, like right there, right? But because most guns are ironed and I am Fae, I put on gloves. And then I'm going to pull this out, and there's still one left, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it.
Okay. Give me a forceful roll.
Ooh,
Okay.
your dice are pretty.
So
Sorry.
you shoot it at what type of gun is it? Just a pistol.
Just some
pistol.
sort of pistol.
9mm.
I would assume that it's like Fae-ish, rather than like a standard issue.
Okay. So you fire a couple of shots and you hit the vampire in its chest, leaving a couple of small holes. And it's definitely weaker. It's still struggling, but it attempts to rake its claws again across Penelope's face, but she just does that little head jerk that just forces the creature to throw itself back, and she's still got it pinned. So that brings us up to Bridget. We can't hear you.
Sorry. Would she actually have like a clear line of sight on the vampire and could potentially hit it with something without, hurting the person it's on top of?
With a spell, yes, not what, or if she changes guns.
I was thinking the yo-yo.
Yes. Oops, that's you.
Yeah.
I might need to move.
20 feet. Does your yo-yo reach 20 feet?
All it says is that it's a +1 attack with the yo-yo. I can move closer easily enough.
Yeah, I would think that's like within 7 foot.
Okay, so probably like right here, ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, Bridget's gonna just hold the shotgun in one hand, pull her yo-yo with the other, and let loose a blast of force at the vampire. From it.
Right,
What do I click for that? Forceful?
Forceful.
Alright, come on. Welp. That feels...
Your yo-yo. So you do hit the vampire. It goes flying back. Its neck and head remained in Penelope's mouth, however.
Well, not that much of a threat anymore.
No, not much of a threat.
I sit down and just proudly present the head, my tail wagging.
Out of curiosity, is Penelope feeling a little woozy right now? Are we playing with red vampires or blood is drugged?
I thought that was white.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'd be interested in them. Mortals, primarily.
No. I mean, like the tasting red vampire blood. It's red vampires are drugged. Like it's a drug.
Oh no, I think because you're infected, you're fine.
Well, what about Penelope?
I would view that as Penelope. Yeah, you're right. If Penelope, give me a careful roll.
Just to make it interesting.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Penelope, you sit down, and you're now just kind of like, oh, this is good. You're feeling a little euphoric. You're feeling a little like you're not caring, except for to clean up the blood of the vampire whose head you took off.
Wasn't that their saliva and not their blood?
I believe it's both. I could be wrong. It's been a very long time since I've read the vampire portion of the books.
I could also be wrong.
Regardless,
yeah, I'm double checking the wiki right now.
We'll put a pin in that because Joe is pulling out a knife from his cast and just smiles at you guys and goes, "You guys should have just eaten the sandwiches."
Who's Joe?
Joe is the old ass
warden.
warden. Oh, he is a warden. And with a flick of his hand, the main door opens. And a gentleman walks in with black eyes, just smiling at the party. Goes, well, I'm sorry, I called his name Joe. His name is James. James, how are you doing today? Did you do what we asked? He goes, and James responds with, I tried. It depends on how much eggnog they drank. The Dean screwed up the turkey, so I couldn't put them all out. So it is what it is. While this is going on, how are you all reacting?
Did I just shoot the guy?
Sure. Penelope, you can definitely tell that the gentleman who walked in is Red Court infected.
Do I recognize this person?
No, you don't, but also you would know that he's Red Court. Because you feel it.
I
So, Bridget, who are you shooting?
The guy who just walked in. We can deal with the
Okay.
traitor in a minute.
Yeah, please. Give me a forceful roll.
I
Okay. He takes a shot to the shoulder and just kind of jerks back a little bit and goes, "Now that was not very nice." Now,
get out of my
was it?
house.
It's invited
Not by me.
for
Get
dinner.
out.
I didn't do it.
Oh, but
Get.
it's such a
out.
nice house.
Okay. Was there something that you did not understand about the words "get out"?
He flops down on the couch. This is what you wanted, right?
No. Get out.
What you gonna do about it?
Shoot you again if I have to.
It's okay. There's plenty of ways for me to get better. Just sitting right here. Hey, James, do you mind phrasing them up a little bit here? Because we got things to do. So, James smiles, and you get a little bit of a fang coming off of him. And as he stretches out, Carmen can now sense the vampire in him. He is infected as well.
I want to go for his throat.
Okay. While you're going for his throat, James brings up his blasting rod, his magical focus starts giving a phrase in Latin.
Go ahead, come at me, bro.
All right, so this is all happening simultaneously. So Armin's lunging at James. Penelope, you're a little dazed, but what are you trying to do?
I want to go over the dude on the couch.
Are you going to curl up on him?
No, I'm gonna try and hurt him.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm lunging at him like I lunged at the other one, trying to grab the fucking throat and wrestle him to the ground.
All right, give me a forceful roll, and you're going to be taking -1 for the blood healings. Kendra reminded us that it's the saliva, not the blood. Okay, so
What is
yeah,
my
you do manage.
There's a
was
plus thingy on my sheet. Beast Form Adept. Do I add that to?
Yeah, we'll add +1 to that. You're using a. I forgot to finish filling out your approaches, but you're using one of your approaches for that, the viciousness approach.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to do a little step back. You're not actually dazed at all. We've had confirmation that it's just the saliva. All right, Bricks, what are you doing?
So I would normally try to introduce myself, but apparently we don't trust this guy anymore. So I kind of just sit at the table that he's at so that I can perceive more. So I kind of want to ask him, like, were you alone when you were invited? Or is it multiple people that were invited? I'm trying to
So
just get more information.
The gentleman you're asking now has a wolf at his throat.
Ah,
So are you talking to Joe, who is about ready to try to do something?
yes. Sorry.
Or not Joe, James.
James. James is who I'm.
James.
Yeah, so James, the one.
Yes, James is the warden that appears to have betrayed you.
Yes.
James lost name privileges when he, betrayed us.
Yes.
He is still very focused on Carmen and is deep in the incantation, so he cannot respond.
Oh, like even when I want to wave my hand, I'm like, hello.
He is completely ignoring you because he needs to focus on the cast.
That's fair.
All right, Kendra.
James is casting something?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
Carmen is flinging herself across to try to do something.
But you can still shoot him. I won't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to interrupt his concentration, so it won't be like a kill shot. It'll be more like a shoulder check, just to like break his concentration, so he has to start back over.
Okay. Can't be a forceful roll. Okay, yeah, you do hit him in the shoulder. He stumbles back and hits his back hits the fridge, and there's a little bit of blood as he slides down. However, as he's flown back, his blasting rod was pointed up, and a powerful blast of energy comes flying out and rips a hole through the ceiling, through the next ceiling, through the roof.
That's a problem.
And now there's a blast of cold air tunneling right into the kitchen.
Okay, given that he has just, attempted to harm humans with magic, at this point, can we declare him a sorcerer in violation of the laws?
And you are a warden.
That's why I'm asking.
I'm just here to help, because the hunt's not on right now.
Lucinda looks at Bridget and smiles and goes, "You want to shoot him or shall I?"
You haven't had a turn yet. Go ahead.
So Lucinda reaches out and her sword comes flying off the rack, and she just, with a flick of her wrist, sends it flying and through James's neck and pinning him into the icebox. Well, now, this other guy that's being held down, maybe he knows something, Lucinda tells you all, or says. All right, we are out of combat. Everybody's going, oh.
I want to go, my bad. Sorry, y'all.
This is a war, child.
I mean,
My
they were
bad
gonna come in
doesn't
anyway.
cut it.
He had already invited them. So she was just a scapegoat.
I'm gonna grab the casting focus.
Okay.
Check for bracelets. He might have a shield on.
I'll take anything I recognize as magical.
Yeah, there's you find some rings. You find a couple of focuses on him. You do find a letter written to him that is from the Baroness von Habsburg. And it goes on to talk about how she has just arrived, and that as one of her new servants, that he needs to finish the job he started in Oregon, and kill the rest of the wardens in this squad, and everybody around. Meanwhile, the gentleman that Penelope is sitting on is definitely trying to squirm away a little bit, but he's pretty stuck there. So, Penelope, what are you doing?
I mean, his neck is still in my mouth. And I'm just watching them as they're like pilfering the other guy's pockets.
Loot his corpse.
So, you are tasting sriracha, a little bit of paprika, some chipotle powder, all on his neck. Kendra, what are you doing?
Well, after I'd shot him and, Lucinda took care of the rest of it, I kind of sat down and crossed my arms and just kind of looked nonchalant. But while I'm doing so, I am sending out feelers, and I can detect danger for 100 feet.
So now that you're sending out the feelers, you're able to feel that there are roughly, there's actually about 9 vampires within 100 feet of you in three dimensions.
There's more coming, guys. And then I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna go get one of my big guns.
Oh no.
It's not like as I said, because she's primarily wild fae. With law enforcement on that side. Like, I would assume that she is law enforcement for the hunt rather than, and like keeping people moving, whatever, rather than being a part of the human part of law enforcement. So it's gonna be green, and it's gonna shoot out bullets that are more purpley and magical than just a standard issue. It won't do any more
Okay.
damage, but it's fun for flavor.
Okay. Yeah, so are you stepping out?
I'm just going over to the weapons area and picking up my gun. My big gun.
Okay. I
Are
assume
the wards
Briggs is-
still intact at all?
They've been weakened, definitely.
All right. About how long do we have before the other vamps show up?
They're not far.
You'd probably, within 100 feet, they can move, 40, 50 feet every 6 seconds?
Not enough time to get the wards even a little more strengthened then.
Yeah. Now, that's assuming they're all coming for you. They're just, when she says threats, I feel like that could be all of them because they're all wanting to eat everybody.
The dude was, that one I blasted out the window was screaming for help. Yeah, they're coming here.
Can I use my knowledge of the Red Court and how they fight to give us an advantage?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay. I think I need to mark a knowledge for that.
Yes.
But we get a +2. Or someone will get a +2. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
that's just for me, for the whole group in this scene, or what.
I think it's the whole group.
Okay, awesome. So we all get a +2 to fight these because Carmen's just gonna shout out orders.
Yeah, you are leveraging your knowledge, and that is definitely a +1 to everybody.
I'm making very concerned noises as I still have this man's throat in my mouth. Like, what do we do with him? Do I kill him? Like, what's going on?
He's not dead?
Kill him.
Yeah. Kill him before he can potentially invite the others in.
Yeah, I will try to kill him.
He's in your mouth. Yeah, with a head twist, a loud snap as it echoes through the room. As soon as you do that, Dean and Lucinda's eyes roll back in their heads and they collapse to the ground. As
They were enthralled.
no, they were not enthralled. They were drugged. So you go over there and check them out. They're breathing. They're just like whatever compound triggered right then. You do hear among the howl of the wind, the vampires are getting closer. They're definitely calling towards to each other. You do hear those with really good hearing are no longer hearing screams of pain, just people crying. They're not screams of fear, just now crying in pain. So you've pulled the entire forces your way. Is what you would figure.
All right, everyone, get ready.
Do we have a place that we could go to that's more secure? Like, if we run, do we have somewhere to go?
That seems like from a DM perspective, that seems very reasonable. So I would allow it if you guys can come up with something.
How many are coming?
Be safe as goes the group.
So Kendra felt 8 threats coming your way.
I think we should retreat and get to a safe space. Does anyone else from this area?
I would expect Bridget to have a pretty good idea.
Given the weather, and I'm not sure. Given the weather, if we try to go, we're likely to be caught out in the open, which is very much in their favor. Here, we at least have the benefit of the threshold.
Fair. Very well. And I will. You're completely okay to not do this, but Cyanide, I think Carmen would like kind of stand in front of the doorway and try to point people to like the windows and stuff like that, and ask that Penelope basically heal, but like be at my side for the front door, with the people with range behind us.
Yeah, she'd stand next to the door. She wanted it open in the first place, so.
Yeah. Don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes.
And on that moment, where he's not inside, but I'm just bringing him so you can see him. So those two are on the outside of the windows. You guys can just start seeing them. Those two vampires they're starting to coalesce in the snow. So they're probably about 10 feet away from the window.
Let's say anyone with range, have at it.
And just making sure there's still a gaping hole in the ceiling.
Yes, there is a very much gaping hole in the ceiling, and you're looking up through it.
Yep.
You see 2 vampires from the roof looking down at you, followed by a scream of a couple of screams as the people who just had their homes ripped open realize that there's creatures on the roof.
I have a clarifying question for my character sheet.
Okay, I may have a clarifying answer.
It says that I can turn liquids into solids. So can it be whatever solid I want, like not necessarily a weapon?
Yes, and you can also revert if it like you can also revert that item back to liquid.
Okay. And then am I able to only use that when we're in combat, or can I use it now?
You can use it now if you can create something to help an advantage.
I'm thinking about taking as many liquids as I can and like patching the holes in the roof. Like because you said there was a lot of liquids, there's a lot of drinking drinks going on, so I'm literally sucking everything from everybody's drinks. Half of us weren't drinking it anyway, or we already drank it, and I am throwing it up on the roof and making it just a solid sheet. It's probably still clear, but
Yes, you will do that with no problem. There's one thing I forgot to tell you all, and that is about the fate points system. Everybody starts with 2 fate points, and you can use them to add +2 to your dice rolls. And for that thought, I am going to give you a fate point yourself.
okay,
For doing that, sealing and cutting them off like that.
cool.
All right, Kendra.
Watching her do that, are they trying to dip in as she's trying to patch this hole?
They did try to reach down, however, their arms are encased in ice.
I'm like, suckers.
Can't be an
Yeah,
armed
they're-
robbery if they don't have arms, right?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm gonna take my gun out and shoot them.
Okay, so tell me how they die and how the ice explodes.
Oh.
While this
well,
is going on, there is a loud screech of metal on metal that goes on for about 10 seconds.
I would say that when Kendra shoots this particular gun, the bullets don't sound like actual bullets, but they sound like the screams from the Earl King's hunt. So, she's just bringing a little bit of the wild hunt with her. And so as the bullet hits them, they are encased with the terror and horror that comes with the Earl King.
That actually, you sense that every vampire freezes within a 100-foot radius. And they start going the other way.
I think that scared them.
Yeah, the vampire, the two you saw on the first floor are like, I'm out. I don't want I don't want the wild hunt after me. I don't have enough people. So those unfamiliar with the wild hunt, for viewers, for example, the Earl King leads a group of goblins, and like for example, on Halloween night, they go and hunt things. The motto is join, die, or
Join, run, or die.
or hide. Yeah. So you either join them, you hide, try to hide from them, or you die to them. And you get special magic powers for the evening.
I thought it was Predators in general, because I remember Thomas joining in on it.
If you're found by the wild hunt, that's what you have the choice. So I think
Mhm.
it's open to everybody. Predators
true.
are more likely to be hunted. Yes. So yeah, you've just scared them away.
Nice.
They're right to suspect or Dr. Ben.
That is a very
Carmen
good gun you
understands
have.
that, but I don't.
It doesn't have very many bullets. But I was hoping that it'd scare him. I'm gonna go take a nap considering there's no cheese. Unless, did they actually have pizza?
No.
Oh,
Bummer.
I know.
All right, we're
Don't-
going to take Go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
What were you saying? I was just going to say
I-
we're going to take a 10-minute break. And
Cool.
we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
What's up?
So I clicked break time. When you are back, please hit the button. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone had a great break. We last left off with a screeching, metal screaming, and chasing away some vampires. So, what does everybody think about the noise that just ripped through? Perhaps,
Nothing good.
Yeah.
Would I recognize it?
It sounded like a car impact. Or vehicles running along each other.
Do I sense any vampires around us?
They're fleeing for some reason. I don't think you would know that the gun scared them away yet. So I believe you would be very confused as to what scared them away. Or concerned, maybe not very confused.
Carmen will just maintain, like being aware and watching the front door.
All right. Bridget, what are you up to?
Is she aware that the vampires are running off?
I don't think anybody has said any of that out loud yet.
Okay. She's gonna at least try and get the wards at least a little more fixed back up. Just in
All right,
case.
a quick.
It's not gonna
A
be.
quick-
It's just gonna be a quick and dirty fix. Like they need them to hold for a bit.
A quick and dirty check shows that you're going to need at least an hour to give some semblance, because you need to find what where the device that helped weaken the wards is. There is something draining them.
Oh, lovely. So it's outside.
It is somewhere with that can touch your wards. Could be inside, could be outside.
She's gonna do a quick check of the inside first, just to try and figure out what if it's even in the building.
All right, give me a careful roll, and we'll go to Penelope.
I'm watching her, what she's doing, and wondering what's going on. Kind of following.
All right. After a few minutes of following her, you see her open up the ice box, the frozen section, and pull out a block of cheese. She then what do you do with this cheese that you're detecting that is the ward breaker? That something related to the cheese, it may be something in the cheese, it may be the cheese itself is causing the wards to
she's
strike.
feeling the magic coming off of it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's getting sliced up with the sword because of the counter spell on the sword.
Is
All
there
right.
a cheese tax?
There
So
should
you do-
definitely be a cheese tax.
Cheese tax.
So you cut the first third off, then the last third off, and the center is where the magic is coming from. So
If you want, I can take care of that.
Okay, so once she's cut it up and to the center, what does she see?
She finds as she starts carefully cutting it in, she finds a blood red crystal, and as you pick it up, feel magic being pulled into it.
Does anyone have like a hammer or something?
If you
Just let Kendra eat it.
This thing's eating magic. I'm not sure what it would do to her.
I can handle it.
Let's find out.
It says I have an iron stomach specifically on my sheet.
I guess. Here, catch. And she's gonna toss it to Kendra.
I'm gonna take some of this cheese and I'm gonna like sandwich the crystal between the cheese and I'm just gonna pop it in my mouth and eat it.
All right, so you take a bite and just rip right through the crystal. And as you you chew it, you hear the room hears crunching and crystal and things that don't sound too normal. And it's like a very, like almost like a ghost pepper you're eating. And when you burp, a little bit of flame comes out.
I am a dragon.
use the dragon.
You continue to eat, and it feels like you've just eaten a bag of ghost pepper chili chips. So while she's basking in her warmth, would you hear sound a very long bus horn that goes off, that like a 4-second bus horn blast, 2 seconds off, then another 4 seconds on, then pauses for like 15 seconds, and then repeats a couple more times, like 3 more times.
Someone's doing an SOS.
Is that what that is?
No,
wanna
that is
leave the
actually not
house
the
to find
SOS. It is, but I will say it's not the SOS signs. It's just a signal of some sort, is what you guys can tell.
Would I recognize the signal in any way?
Yes, that would. You're kind of feeling like it's a similar sound to the vampires basically saying, "All right, we're good, let's go."
Like they're gonna come back?
Like they're done and they're getting ready to, and they're trying to pull everybody out to leave. Like they've completed their hunt type thing.
Would that make me feel relieved or worried about whatever they grabbed?
Worried, as they have attacked a residential neighborhood with red court infected to get around thresholds. Because the red court can't go in, but red court infected can cross. So,
Shit.
quick little.
I'll say something.
Go ahead.
I'll say something really brief. Like, they weren't after us. Whistle for Penelope and run towards where I heard the bus. And hope everyone follows.
All right, so that would send you out here. And that would be, you go, I would assume you jump through the broken windows.
Whatever's the closest way to get to that bus. If it's the front door, the back door, or the windows.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Okay. These guys have left. Let me move them out of your view. Get out of here. All right, so over this way, where I'm pinging.
I can't
There,
see
you can
anything.
see-
It's all black.
Okay.
Unless it's like. Try again.
So I'm clicking on your. Okay, where'd you go? I lost you. Oh, you went inside. That's why you couldn't see. So you went out. I'm saying you came out here, which now you should be able to see the. Did you see that ping?
No, but I can't move my character outside either.
Here. Why is this not working? Now I can't click on it. Oh wait, here we go. So is it lit up for you?
No, I'm still
Alright.
stuck in the house. I'm trying to get out, and it won't let me.
Huh.
Oh,
It is
oh,
not
there,
paused.
There we go. I'm at the doorway now. Now I can see the pings.
Okay. So we had a foundry hiccup.
Also, I can hear you all in regular time, but my foundry speed is super slow, so.
Yeah. So you can, as soon as you get out there, you do see probably actually about 60, 70 feet away, there is a bus that has the side completely tore up. The car on the side of the road that you're next to is completely wrecked and shoved further up into the sidewalk. And you can see standing on top of the bus. It is going about 15 miles an hour. There is a mage or some sort of spellcaster moving the snow in front of the bus so that it can at least, so it's not as bogged down, but they are, like I said, not going that fast.
I mean, I want to attack, so I don't know what anybody else wants to do.
Would imagine you could probably try to shoot out its tires.
No. I'm going to use some vampire cool shit to give myself an advantage to run up and leap onto that bus and attack the mage.
Hey, give
I
me a
can.
flashy roll.
All
This is
right,
to
I'm
get
gonna-
up. The flashy is to catch up and to jump onto the bus.
Okay. Do I need to spend a hungry for that?
You do need to move pretty quick. So yeah.
+4?
Okay, so with hungry, you catch up with no problem. So what the party sees that are outside is you see Armin move, like you almost seen the $6 million man, bionic woman, how fast they would run. Just like 1 minute she's next to you, and then she's at the bus, and then she climbs up the back using that ladder, and is able to tackle the spellcaster if she wants, or shoot him in the back.
No, I got my sword. We're gonna stab him in the back. But real flashy like. We're gonna.
So
Go for it.
It's gonna
I'm
be
sorry.
bloody.
I have a question. Are we able to just go outside at free will, or do we have to take turns
Yeah.
to go outside?
yeah, we're not. You can do basically whenever you want. This is all happening at the same time.
Okay, then I'm gonna walk outside.
So, you're going outside. As soon as you go outside, you do see the a little head go flying
Oh,
towards you, and then the bus comes to a sudden stop. I'm going to need Carmen to do a flashy roll to not go head first into the snow. And while she's rolling that, we'll go to Penelope and ask her what she's doing.
I give that fuck, and I take off after our red vampire infected friend to make sure that she's not alone.
So you do catch up just as the bus starts tilting from hitting this and rolling, and then hit a snowbank at somewhat speed, and then kind of slides a little bit, and as the back end hits another car. You are able, with your ears, you're able to hear multiple people crying out in fear. And at that point, we're going to go to Brix and ask her what she's doing.
So I want to ask, I'm like, whose head was that? Because I just like walked outside as everything else was happening. So I technically would have no idea what's going on. So I walked up and I'm like, whose head was that? Are they okay? And then I'm kind of just asking the general public of everybody screaming, like, is anybody okay? Do you need a drink? I don't know how else to help you, but I'm here for you if you need to talk.
So, does anybody have a response? Bridget or Kendra?
They said
If
head,
not-
so roll.
And with that one-liner, what are you doing?
I just came out. I got my pistol in hand, not the big one. I'm just keeping my eyes peeled for any sort of threat.
Okay. Bridget?
She stepped out. Can she use some of her magic to try and clear the area around the house just so, like, we're not up to our waists in snow?
Sure. Yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, with a couple quick Orzaris, you're able to blow out the snow with no problem.
Okay.
Or whatever your
I figured
is.
I figured the water magic for that, since entropy makes it go away faster.
Also, it is snow.
Yeah, would that have any effect? Because water does not play well with magic.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm asking if I don't know. I'm asking that because
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Your water's gonna play the snow's gonna play just fine with magic. It's
Okay.
yeah. You have no problem with it.
Yeah, I figured the water just makes it go away, and the water magic just makes it go away faster because the whole entropy thing.
Yeah.
I thought the only force thing she would have had on her would be the yo-yo, and that's been expended.
I kind of figured the yo-yo is a multi-use weapon.
Okay. Yeah.
Also like a blasting rod or whatnot, or
Yeah.
even your staff couldn't use that.
Yeah, it's a spell. Yeah, they're spell focuses.
Okay. So Carmen finds herself on her back in the snow. She slid a little bit, but she landed pretty okay. Real stress or anything. So as you sit up, you're able to see a little bit into the bus. The driver is a vampire, and there's a couple of vampires There's two vampires walking around in the bus that you can see. The rest of the people in there, you can't tell who they are.
But I heard screams.
Yes, of mortal screams and of all ages.
Okay. I will shout that out to the others so they know, like, basically who to attack and who not to, sort of thing. Or that they know that at least that there's innocents on the bus if they didn't already. Maybe encourage Penelope to go after the driver.
So, is Penelope going after the driver?
I am trying to find a way inside the bus. Yes.
It's the door is very easy to punch open because it folds from the inside to the inside. And yeah, you're able to give me a flashy roll. Well,
Hard with pause.
I just imagine that I'm like hopping up on it and just like trying to get it and just
like the door, he's kind of the vampire has grabbed the door handle to keep it closed, and it just kind of springs you back a little bit to push the door open. But he door pushes a second, and then he pushes you back off a couple of times. So, Bricks.
So, as
So,
I'm
by the way, one thing,
Yes.
you feel like you're in Aruba when it comes to the temperature. You don't feel the cold at all.
Oh yeah, no. I feel right at home, but sometimes I'm like, meh. And so I figured that Bridget, who was still sitting up in the snow, I'm like, are you making a snow angel? Like, come on, that's so college town, or that's so like high school. Like, come on, let's get up. And I try to offer to help Bridget up, and at the same
Carmen
time,
or Bridget?
Carmen, who's on the ground? Like, who just sat up? Is that Carmen or Bridget?
I
Carmen.
think it's Carmen.
My apologies. I asked Carmen if they need help up, if she needs help up, because I thought she was making a snow angel. At the same time, I'm not realizing like the Penelope is trying to like get in to attack, so I'm just kind of bumping. I want to go bump the door open to be like, here you go. Like, I feel like I'm being nice. I feel like I'm doing favors, and I'm not really realizing that we're in danger at this point.
So, Penelope, how do you react to Bricks trying to help you with the door?
oh, I'm like just letting her help me because I look just like one of those huskies kind of just pouncing into the snow.
Can I
Right,
pick her
so-
up and just like hold her as I'm trying to like get the door open? Or would that be weird?
I don't know. Penelope, does she?
She's a very large wolf and she's very confused at what is going on and is still just like trying to wiggle out because she wants fucking in.
Kendra, so you turn and you now see the bus, and there's a wolf trying to get in. Next to you, Bridget is being a snowblower, and you can kind of see Carmen in the distance. It is a little far. It is far, but your fayness gives you a little bit of a bonus to seeing. So you know it's Carmen, even though if you can't quite see her face. We can't hear you.
I think you're muted.
Do I sense danger right now?
There feels to be some possible danger. You're not quite sure over in the direction of the wolf, Bricks and Carmen.
Guess I'll mosey on over there. Being that it is, very snowy, I'm not a very tall fey creature. This is kind of hard.
How tall?
So, I'm probably like 4.5 feet tall. I don't
So
think
this is-
nymphs are
so-
very tall. Yeah.
So the snow is coming up to just below your chest.
Yep. So I'm having to like swim through it, I think.
I'm gonna say you have about
Are
10.
they in the area that Bridget cleared?
They're kind of, so the white car, the way it's facing, if you see that on the screen,
Yeah.
like right here, they're like half a block ahead of that car.
Okay, I haven't figured out how to really move the map yet, so I'm just kind of
Where are you?
right outside
yeah. Yeah. Penelope just moved.
Okay.
Kendra. I don't have the bus on here. But yeah, about where the bus is approximately right there. And there's a bus there.
Huh, didn't realize we could use arrow keys to move too.
Oh, that's cool. And all right, so I am putting the vampires over where they would be in the vehicle. So we're just going to pretend there's a vehicle here. There you go. And there is the bus light has been turned on, so let me turn this up for y'all. There you go. So you should be able to see now. So
yeah, like I said, I was just trying to figure out how to make the map play nice, since like the way it's.
This is a new experience to all of us but one. So I've not used Foundry before, so.
Do I move myself in this instance?
Yeah, you can, yeah. Are you able to move yourself is the next question. Okay.
Yes.
So, Bridget, did you clear a path for Kendra? Can't hear you, but it looks like you're saying yes.
Yes, she's basically been like clearing a path just to make life easier for everyone who can't walk on top of this nonsense.
All right. Celtic, or Carmen, I should say. You're able to sit up, and you can see Brix and Kendra and Penelope trying what they're doing.
Okay. Are they can I get around them, or are they like kind of blocking the door?
They're blocking the door, trying to push it open.
Let us
Sure.
in.
I'm going to leap up to the top of the school. Is it a school bus?
City bus.
City bus?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of like run and leap up and strike at the windshield with my sword at like around, like possibly around the edges, because basically just gonna try to pop it out.
Okay,
and
give me a
just make a
flashy
new
roll.
entrance.
Yeah.
What kind of roll?
Flashy, because you're making a physical roll.
Oh yeah, I am.
Or forceful.
And then because I'm using my weapon, do I get the +1 and
Yes,
the +2?
We'll go with +1 because you're not quite set up here. So you rolled a 3.
Okay.
And that means you're able to pop the window out, which causes the driver to go, whoa, and he's trying to grab at his gun, which lets Brix and Penelope in. So the door just pops open for you, Penelope. You were still being held by Brix, but you probably could, well, depending on how Brix is holding you. Yeah, you could probably leap out.
Oh,
What
yeah,
are you
I'm
going to do now?
fighting to get in.
Yeah.
Drop down, and I land. I want to, like, hopefully land behind the one, putting him between me and Carmen. And then I kind of want to like horse kick him and then go after the other one.
So, it's gonna work. All right. So Carmen is coming in like that. I made a blue circle, I guess, and you're coming in like this. Is the way I'm seeing it.
I'm coming in. I'm assuming because you said it's on its side, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm coming,
Yeah.
dropping in, and I'm trying to position myself behind the driver that was holding the door.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to, between the distraction with what Carmen's doing and what you did, you're able to pin him against the wall, against the window.
It's essentially horse kicking him in her direction, and then I
Yeah.
want to start going to the other one.
Okay. So, the way I'm seeing it, the way you're describing it, and the way I'm seeing it is, you leap in, bounce off of his head, and then go for the closest one like a cat would.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna leave her in the midair. After because she's gonna roll, but I do need you to roll me a forceful for the first check for the bounce off of his head. Ooh.
You're like,
He's able to duck out of the way and catch you.
Okay.
So
I didn't know if I got to add
He-
the other +1 thingy or not. I don't know. how this works.
actually, I forgot about the +1. Okay, yeah, you're able to bounce him, and you're not able to make the flight towards the other one, but you're able to basically use your back feet to kick his head, to kick him forward.
Okay.
So that means with a 0 means you succeeded, but it's not flashy. You just basically did the minimum.
Okay.
So Bricks, you just saw his head get tossed forward.
Yep.
And there's 2 other creatures. And meanwhile, there are people screaming in terror. What's going on?
I'm wondering if I can like try to melt some snow around me, like sit or like rub some snow around me to make some form of liquid, or if it's snowing already, can that be the liquid?
You're able to convert snow into water with no problem with your, because you could take liquids back to
Oh, I
their
can do
base
back.
state.
Okay, so then I feel like I want to kind of, since they're all, are they getting on the bus? Like
No,
Penelope's
your
on the
party is getting on the bus. Yeah,
Okay.
Penelope's on the bus. Carmen is coming up over towards the front.
So I kind of want to pop in and then try to make like an ice shield around some of the humans that are screaming or the mortals that are screaming, so that either they can't see it and they can calm down, or that they're at least shielded from whatever is about to happen. Just the closest mortals.
Roll
to
to
the
clever, because you are trying to be a do some clever techniques here.
Okay. And then since that is still doing that, do I add a +2 or does it just
Yes,
do
because
it?
you are using liquids.
How do I do that?
So you just click on clever, then add 2.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 4. Yeah, you're able to quickly isolate the 2 vampires down the hallway. So basically, you just put up ice walls across the edges of each seat, so that.
Cool.
Kendra, I think, is AFK. So we're gonna go back to Bridget.
Bridget,
can't
you're
hear
muted.
you.
I'm sorry, I tend to keep my mic muted when I'm not talking. Just It sounds like they've got the driver pretty much under control, right?
Well, the driver is not contained. He's just been slammed forward into the steering wheel.
I will say
Go
there's
ahead.
probably like a side or a back door for the city bus.
Yeah, there's a side door in the
Yeah,
back.
if city bus, yeah, there's always side doors.
So
Usually one about halfway.
If I'm just saying, if Bridget wants to come in through one of those doors,
Yeah, she's gonna do that. And
So when you enter, you come up right up into. You're able to take a couple steps, and there's a wall of ice, about 3 inches thick in front of you.
okay, that's not gonna be particularly helpful for anything. She's gonna like start clearing some of the wall out, just so she could actually
Okay.
get in there and help.
With your Wadger, I feel like with your abilities, you would flick your hand, and it would just melt. You would have a hole melt for you, because
Yep.
you know water.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say you're able to melt a hole for you to go through, and you step through it, and you're standing between two vampires. And then we're gonna go look at Carmen and go, what are you doing?
Can I reach through the windshield and grab the closest vampire and yank him out?
Yes, you can. And so as you're reaching for him, he does manage to pull his pistol out and fire off 3 shots, but all 3 of them go wide.
So one of the things I have is I can parry anything. So I'm just gonna say that like, as she like kind of like launches herself and just like sits where the windshield is, like just kind of stands there ready to like reach through. She sees his gun come up and she just kind of like with supernatural speed, and the bullets kind of hang off to the side. And then
So
she'll grab
what I'm seeing is Deadpool in Wolverine Origins, and how he's just able to how Wade is able to knock the blades away, or the bullets away.
Yeah.
All right, Kendra. The bus is frozen in the middle with walls. Carmen is being a goddess as she's deflecting bullets. Vampires are now flying through the air trying to tackle Bridget. What are you doing? Or
Can't
muted.
hear. I'm gonna use one of my approaches to gain a +1
Okay.
for firearms training, and I am going to pepper off a couple of shots from my pistol in a line to their belly, to like hopefully open up one of their bellies and do some damage.
The 2 vampires that are going after Bridget are actually protected by a 3-inch wall of ice.
Well, am I still burping fire?
Yes, you may choose to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna burp fire at their ice and hopefully melt them so that we can shoot them down.
Gotta love that cheese.
So as you burp, the rest of you smell queso. And the third, with the third door, because it's kind of a big bus, Kendra is able to burp through and step in, and she's able to see the 2 vampires about 10 feet away from Bridget, still in the air. So now we're going to go to Penelope again.
I'm going after whatever one's closest to me that Carmen's not taking
will
care of
be-
back there.
This guy.
Yeah.
So you're right. Actually, you're to the bottom right of your character would be the one. Bridget's also kind of standing where you're at. Not exactly, but there's enough space for both of you. Donna there. So I'm assuming you're lunging. You're going after.
Yeah.
That one. Whoops. So that will be forceful. I figure you're probably grabbing his leg.
Yes.
Well, you're able to grab him and stop him from flying towards Bridget. Yeah, shake that leg like a chew toy.
I'm fucking
you're
trying.
able to... So the rest of you just all of a sudden see the vampire getting slammed back and forth between the two walls. With a final yank, Penelope rips the vampire's leg apart at the knee. Rips the bottom half of its leg off, and so.
I'd like to beat him with his own leg.
So all of you now see a wolf beating a vampire with its own body, kicking it, like grabbing the calf and just kicking it with its own foot. And that will bring us to Kendra.
No, it's me again. I just went.
Yes.
Okay, then
got-
the other one that's still flying, right? Because there were two.
Yes.
We're gonna do the initial idea of using an approach, and then peppering shots off in a line to their belly.
Okay. You will be shooting him up from the behind, so it has to go through his back to get the belly.
Well, then we'll just go for the head. It's fine.
As you shoot, Bridget feels a pair of fangs sink into her shoulder. So please shoot. That'll be forceful.
I get a +1 for using the approach.
Yes. So you're able to pepper the vampire back. You put like 4 bullets into its back. There's little puffs of blood, but it's still up. Definitely a little bit hurt, but it's still up. So, and it just digs in a little bit more into Bridget's shoulder. And Bridget can feel the vampire sucking on her blood.
It's right there. She has her swords. Can she just gut it?
Yeah. Forceful +3 because you're literally just going, and it's kind of in. Oh. Snicker snack. You have
Which,
a
since you said
vampire in multiple
since you
pieces.
said +3, she knows a +2. Would that make it a 4 overall?
Yes. Between the stress that the vampire just took, and that, you tell me how you kill it.
Like I said, she's gonna gut it. Since I remember correctly, the red's biggest weak spot is in their guts.
Yes.
So just like slicing straight through, and then pulling the thing's head out of her shoulder.
Yeah, you're able to grab. No problem. As soon as you shove it into the vampire's blood sac, it releases you and lets out a scream that gets cut off the moment you take its head off. Meanwhile, Carmen gets to deflect another burst of bullets. And then because so the vampire is just going, or the infected is trying to shoot you, but with everything going on and the cold, he's just a little too shaky.
Yeah,
What are you
she
doing?
just kind of looks at him and mutters like, "So pathetic." As she attempts to like pull him out of the bus and slice him on the way out. Can I do
Give me a
that?
forceful. Yeah, give me a forceful.
Sorry.
All right, you got him exactly how you want him.
Okay. So do I inflict stress on him?
Yes, you're able to inflict 2 stress. He's in your hand.
Okay.
Like you grabbed him by the shoulder, like by the shirt. Is how I'm
Sure.
seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Reaching in, like grab him by the shirt, and trying to pull him through.
Like through the stomach type thing.
Yeah. And kind of twist it. And because of my weapon specialization, I get to inflict 2 additional stress.
Okay, you tell me how you killed him. How you finished the job.
So, as I like pull him through and like stab him with my sword, and then I kind of throw him to the side into the snow, and then just kind of like the weight of his body being thrown, he comes off my sword, and like the angle. I've been doing this a long time. Like I know exactly which organs and how to do it. So just as it falls down, it slices through several terrible, stinky organs. And I flick my sword and I just look into the bus and see where I can help.
Thankfully, at that moment,
I need to.
there is no more threat. You're able to hear various people crying, but they're starting to calm down. So yeah, what else, now that you've completed, killed a couple more, what are you helping the people, or you just going, or anything, or you're going, what's up?
Can we
Penelope?
tell how many of them are now infected?
None of them. A quick check. There are no bite marks, and none of them tell you that they've been bitten.
And they're too scared
The
to
only
get
ones-
the influence of the saliva.
Yeah. The only bite marks are on Bridget, who actually I would like you to give me a clever roll to resist the saliva.
Okay.
Okay. You're like you have a moment's temptation, and then you're like, what the fuck? And brush it off.
I need to get this treated.
I feel like bricks would be really helpful for these people right now.
I don't know what I missed.
So all the enemies are dead, and now we just have a busload of super scared people.
Okay.
You want to help, kid? Help.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to help them, because I'm kind of like, everybody, this is all a show. Because they don't really know. Like, if we're thinking right in the world of, like, they're not really aware unless they see the creatures, or are they kind of aware already that there are creatures in this universe?
The amount of cover-up, the mental gymnastics the human mind will do in this world to avoid recognizing supernatural, yeah, that'll work.
Not
Okay,
after
so-
Battleground.
Well, what I want to do for these people is kind of just like run in and be like, "Hi, everybody! Like, what a great show! That was amazing! Aren't you so proud? Like, let's give it up for our friends over here. Like, that was a great performance. I kind of make it a performance, kind of to get them like, oh, okay, and calm them down, even though I'm absolutely panicking on the inside at what just happened.
Roll be clever. You're getting the side eye from a couple of guys, and a couple of women are like, "What? You just got yanked out of here by bats."
That's the
With
roller
legs.
coaster portion. That's why you signed a waiver at the beginning of this trip. And they're like, we didn't sign a waiver, but I'm like, you signed it.
We've
This
got
is
the
where Bridget
paperwork back
brings
at the
out the
office.
Yeah. By getting on the bus, you signed it.
We were forced onto the bus.
Carmen just mutters. I would have said South American gangs. Whatever. Everybody go home.
The couple of dads lead their family out. It's like, well, what a shitty trip. You could at least give us presents.
You're alive?
Be grateful for your life.
You want presents?
Yes, this is Christmas, is it not?
Your
Shouldn't
present
Santa be
is
bringing us gifts?
Trust me, we gave you a gift by getting you off this bus.
And you are?
My name's Bridget. I'm not in the mood to argue with you right now. Please get going.
Can I are you a police officer? Can I have your badge number, please?
I can give them presents.
I'm not
Dare I
sure
ask
that's
what
a
you're
great
going to
idea.
give them?
Honestly, I'm more shocked that this dude is arguing with someone who has a sword that it is still dripping blood off of it, with a literal beheaded corpse at her feet.
This is why I would have gone with the South American gangs. You tell them it's a ride. Of course they're going to want something in return and want to speak to the manager. God, kid, you've got so much to learn.
A blonde woman stands up. Are you the manager?
I
Oh
am
God,
going
it's a
to
Karen.
start. I would like to
the
start
bus
acting like
now.
I'm infected with rabies.
Oh, okay. You know,
No, off the bus.
a flashy roll. And take a fate point for that.
Who?
You.
Oh, okay. There's that, and then I would have used one of the points. I don't know how many that added.
So,
I need to
yeah.
just-
So that's a plus. I said that was a +2, so sure subtract that. And what the guy looks at Penelope and goes, right. Let's go. And he ushers his family off the bus, and a moment or two later, the bus is empty except for the corpses.
I'm
What
sorry.
is Kendra doing? Kendra's trying to be clever and find something.
I clicked on something by accident because Kendra's player's not clever.
Well, Kendra does find something with that roll. She finds a note that she finds on the corpse of the vampire that Carmen killed, a letter that is addressed to Duke Stewart from a Baroness Colette von Habsburg, identifying the plan to empty the neighborhood and drive them to the coven entrance of where the vampire coven is for their own Yule celebration.
So you guys want to fuck some vampires up?
Always.
I know where they're at.
Carmen will grab the note from you and just kind of read it, and her face becomes unreadable for a moment. Let's go.
Let's go on a hunt.
I'm down.
I still think that you guys should have let me give them gifts. Presents from Faye are great.
Let's not ruin their lives any more than they already have been.
Who said I was going to ruin their lives? Do I look like
When's the last time a Faye gift turned out well for the recipient?
I can't speak to everyone.
I just lay down, make snow angels until
Hey.
we move on.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm sure her gifts are nice. Look at her.
I just give them blocks of ice, like shaped like presents. Here you go. And they think it's like a glass souvenir, and I'm like, nah, it's just ice. It's gonna melt by the time they go home.
Well, if it wasn't negative 15 out. So yeah, there is an address. Bridget, you do recognize it as being in a normal, without the snow, about an hour and a half outside the city, kind of on the side of Mount Rainier.
Let's go hunt do 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 do. Let's go hunt do 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 do.
Can any of you do what that mage was doing with this bus?
Did you see what he was doing? Because I did at least clear a path from here to the building.
Yeah, he was doing that in front of the bus so the bus could move.
Couldn't we just use that blasting rod from the warden that is now dead? And like attach it to the bus and then like propel ourselves forward?
I don't know that it blasts without a blaster.
Yeah, it's powered by his. It was powered by like.
Powered by his will?
Yeah.
Are we not all willful?
I don't know how many others besides you have magical talent.
Carmen's just cleaning her blade and putting it away.
So, Bridget and Carmen, I'm going to need you guys to roll a careful.
Okay. Well.
So, Bridget, your toes are really cold. Your fingers are cold. The cold is getting to you, and you have you're starting to really shiver, and unfortunately you'll be taking a stress from being out in the cold without
Okay.
enough protection.
I just
Carmen?
lopped one off.
Yeah, Carmen, you're cold, but it feels like it's 40, maybe 40, 50 degrees out there towards you. Penelope has her coat. Brix feels like she's in Aruba, and
Feels great.
Kendra is doing Kendra things.
I love that we've only
So,
been playing for like 2 hours and it's already Kendra.
As it
Yes.
should be.
Yes.
My bad.
All right, so you guys are able to. So, who's driving?
I mean, I will if I have to, if nobody else will.
I just got my license. If you want a baby driver. Probably not a
learned
bus.
Probably learned how to drive and shit like this. Why don't you go
15
ahead?
footer.
Look at it.
See,
So there's a
see
lot
how
of-
good you can do.
There's a few cars around. There's Bridget's vehicle. Also, I imagine she would have. What are you driving there, Bridget?
Hmm?
What are you driving? What type of vehicle does Bridget have?
Something pretty old, since she can't
Well-
drive a modern vehicle.
So is she driving a T-Bird from 1955, or is that too new?
I mean, that's older than the Beetle is, so it'll probably work.
Probably.
Don't know how well it will do in all this snow, though. Or how it would fit us.
We
Well,
can
a
stick the
T-Bird,
dog on the roof.
Thunderbird actually sits 6 with enough room that you could probably fit 10. They're pretty. The old cars are called tanks for a reason. They're roomy.
I call a window seat.
All right, so we go.
Away you go.
Yeah.
You do have. It takes you a little. Takes you longer. It takes you most of the night to get there, between Bricks and Bridget taking turns clearing the snow. And as you pull up, there is this house. You pull up to a house that looks like worth somewhere in the tens of millions of dollars. It very much fits in with the wealth and opulence of Seattle's elite. It's a what you guys see from when you come up is a double-story building. There's with a wing with like 30 cars on this.
Is this a
Um,
frat party?
No, it's not a frat party per se. It looks like a a billionaire may have owned this house.
Yes.
Very
it's
opulent,
a frat party.
very expensive.
Except instead of keggers, they're eating people. Are you ready to kill them now?
I kind of want to sneak up to a window and like survey how many we're going to be going up against
Okay.
before we do balls to the wall things here.
Oh, if you want to
So-
be logical about it.
You do see as you get nearer, there is a stairway with a statue of a Mandalorian.
Somebody's a nerd.
So as you were looking around, a gentleman comes down the steps and looks at you all and goes, "Well, hello there.
Hi.
What?
Oh wait, are we inside?
No, this is you're still out in the storm.
Oh, okay.
A gentleman just came down the steps outside and just like is just greeting you outside.
Oh. Did I
So,
hurt my-
what brings you to the Von Habsburg house tonight?
Do I know him?
No, you do not.
Can I
He
know
does feel
him?
You can. His name is Oliver Queen.
Because I have an ability called Familiar Face. You are known, you know, and are known within supernatural circles. Once per session, upon meeting an NPC involved in the supernatural world, you may mark a box of knowledge to declare that you have met them before and create an aspect with one free invoke to represent your prior relationship.
Oliver looks at you, and all of a sudden his face falls. And he goes, "God damn it, Carmen. What are you doing here?"
What am I doing here?
Carmen, can Carmen get him to invite us in?
We're not vampires. We don't have that restriction, do we?
Wizards do.
Yeah, I guess wizards do. but
So this is
So,
the von Habsburg's home, is it?
yes, Carmen, it is. I'm sorry I haven't talked to you in the last 100 years, but it's
I
been a
don't know.
while.
Yeah.
I've been kind of stuck here.
Does he feel like Redcourt?
He's a infected like you, but he's being very nice for some reason and friendly
So
towards you.
what's going on?
He just shakes your hand. You feel a little piece of paper in it, and he turns to the house and goes, "Please come into the von Habsburg home. I invite you in."
There's the invitation.
Thank you.
As I gesture for the others to go before me, I try to subtly read the note.
Okay. I assume the others are starting to follow and head in.
nope. I'm gonna look over at our werewolf friend, and I'm gonna be like, at the, you know, risk of sounding like a nerd myself, it's a trap.
It's a trap. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. It's a good Star Wars line. Consider they've got a main.
Love it.
I'm not shocked it's a trap, but that's we have another option now.
I feel like I follow them
So,
in.
yeah. Okay. So Oliver leads you in, and as soon as you go through the door, you're able to instantly feel warmer as the wind comes off of you, and you're kind of sitting in a you've stepped into a kind of like a mud room, just way fancier. It's marble floors, golden fixtures. The light switches are made of looks like diamonds. And as you guys walk in, Kendra's hair stand up on her arms and the back of her head as she feels about 30 vampires in the house. Oliver turns to you all and goes, "If you excuse me, I will announce to Her Highness that you all have arrived. Please give me a moment and don't touch anything." And then Oliver disappears into the next room.
I'm gonna reload my fucking pistol.
Okay, is anybody else doing anything?
Did Bridget like at least slap a bandage on the bite earlier?
Oh yeah. She stopped the bleeding, and you've rested enough that the cold stress has been removed.
Okay. I'll take that.
Does anyone else would anyone else sense the vampires or like sense any form of distrust, or are we all just kind of standing here?
So Carmen and Kendra are the ones who can feel that.
Okay.
And Bridget, Penelope, and yourself, I would imagine, are feeling very uneasy being in a vampire's lair.
Yeah, she's got her like gauntlet ready to pop a shield if she needs to.
With a loud thump, I see Bridget out popping a shield just with the sudden sound.
Yeah, if yeah.
Carmen's definitely like scoping in any exits, any anything that can be used for a weapon or, anything like that, and what kind of.
So yeah, there's a couple of gold ashtrays. There's a There's a wall hanging that looks like like a Christmas wreath that has gold. That's made from gold, so you can break something off of that and use it as a stabbing device, that kind of stuff. But with the thump, go ahead.
I was gonna say she still has her sword, but just like she's making like a tactical assessment, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So Mr. Queen comes in, looks at you all, and goes, Her Highness will see you now, and gestures for you to follow him.
Are we guests, Oliver?
He pauses. I was not told if you were guests or just
You're
that
the
you
one
are.
who invited us in.
Yes, but I do not own the house. This is my lady's house, and she is the one who can present to you guest rights. Because she did not inform me, I cannot offer them.
Well, why don't you tell Countess Habsburg that we will enter when we are given guest rights?
Oliver bows his head. I will ask, and then heads back through the door.
Can I take the moment to call like my line of Paranet friends and see if they can come and help us?
What are you using to call that, just in case Bridget has to step away?
I'm sorry?
What are you using to call them? Like a cell phone?
Yes.
Right. Bridget's gonna move away just so she doesn't accidentally fry it.
Okay.
It does say GM tells us what they're able to do.
All right, so you're able to call. So you have one bar of signal, and you hear 3 partial rings followed by hello, Brick.
Hey.
You need some.
Yes. How you doing?
What? Can't hear you.
I need some backup over here. Can you find my location on the phone number that I called?
And then the phone disconnects.
Well, worth a shot.
Next time, try a text.
So Oliver comes back into the room and smiles. When I informed who was my lady who was here, she wishes to engage guest rights to Carmen.
All of us.
Please.
Oliver.
Please follow us. All of us?
All of us.
But you're the one who she wants to talk to.
All of us.
Okay, I will go talk to her again.
Probably,
Oliver.
In her best interest to give all of us guest rights so that we have to act like guests too, right? And you'll just see this like fey like glint in her eye.
Okay. A few seconds later, a woman steps out. She has long, flowing blonde hair. Her jaw the bottom of her jaw kind of sticks out just a little bit beyond the front, her top teeth. So she gets a little bit of a J, and her chin is longer than Jay Leno's.
Wow.
But she pauses and looks at Carmen and just shakes her head before wrapping her arms around her and giving her a sisterly embrace. Whispers, I thought you were dead.
I would have thought the same.
How did you got away from? Oh, you got away from our sire. Why would you do that?
Why would you stay?
Have you met our father?
Just stone cold face, like no answer.
Please, please, come in. It's been 300 years. We need to catch up.
Guest rates for my friends.
Kitty friend.
Yeah, he's been bugging me for attention for the past few minutes.
So the woman looks at Colette, Carmen, and just shakes her head. I will guarantee I will not attack you and your friends.
Do you think I have survived this long by being stupid? You were the one
Yeah.
who ran away from lessons, not me.
It was worth a shot. Very well. I offer you protection of my house.
All of us.
I offer all of you the rights of guests
Thank
to
you.
my home.
And if one of us, if any one of us gets hurt, if you revoke those rights or any other person in here revokes those rights on your behalf or by mistake. And like, she doesn't finish the sentence. She just brushes past and walks through the door, letting the threat hang there.
Guess this means I have to behave. Meh.
I mean,
You have really good hearing, right? You kind of hear Carmen whisper in Latin, for now.
all right. So Colette walks in. And as she walks in, she just pauses for a minute and goes, I've missed you, sister. Why haven't you taken the next step to become truly who you need to be?
I'm exactly who I need to be. We don't have to
Lost in the
fall.
woods?
I'm not the one who's lost. Falling into the arms of what? Any of the next man that came along?
Ooh, burn.
I mean, there was just because I like Charles more than you didn't mean you had to throw me to the wolves to get away.
I didn't throw you to the wolves, sister. I never would have done that.
Paulette looks at Carmen and goes, and just she gets this look of anger, or she just storms off. Like that's just not. No, you threw me. You saved yourself.
Is that what he told you?
It's what I remember. And she just throws her hands up and goes, I can't talk to you right now, and just storms off and walks towards the throne and stands next to um, the the woman standing at the far end of the room.
Do any of us recognize the woman?
You look at them and you can tell by how they're dressed and how they're holding themselves, and with their black eyes that they are full red court. You're looking at nobility. So, my wife here, says the woman on the throne, tells me that you're her sister, Carmen, and these are your friends, your lackeys.
What are you doing here? Why were you attacking people in the city?
They're cattle. We needed food for tonight's celebrations. Don't worry about cattle. What are you going to do about it?
Well, you'll see what we did about it.
Well, you are one to give threats in my house. As guests, you are. I feel like you've threatened me with finding out from fucking around.
I apologize. We already took care of that issue before we were offered guest rights. Do you notice anyone missing? Someone that you might have sent out?
Did you kill Giles?
Is that his name?
Giles Corey?
No, who is that?
No one.
Well, since you are here, you clearly intend to do something. However, you are guests in my house. I am protected from me. Why are you here? There is literally nothing you can do to me.
Carmen just smiles and lets someone else talk.
I try
Well.
talking, but it just comes out as like husky whines. Just a really dramatic husky. Yeah.
To be fair,
I
that's
just-
just a normal husky.
She's friendly. I think.
So Colette actually comes up to Penelope and kneels down and goes, "What was that? Timmy's lost in the well again? Do I need to go rescue Timmy now? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Lassie?"
Bite him.
Do it.
Don't.
Fuck them up. Stick them.
Don't. That violates guest right.
I just lick the blood of her children or family or whatever the fuck off of my lips.
I just want to give Penelope scritches.
All right. So, what is everybody wanting to do? Is there any responses from anybody else besides the whining?
Nah, Bridget's keeping her mouth shut because she is not trying to exacerbate the situation by having the warden intervene.
I tell her she has a very nice house. Very
Why,
fancy.
thank you. Why, thank you. It only cost me a couple hundred lives to build. In fact, there's the statue behind you was made from. We'll just leave it at that.
Looks like somebody I dated in college.
I believe his name was Jerome. Was that who you
Eh,
dated?
Yeah, he wasn't the
Yeah.
brightest.
I mean, he's a statue in my house. What do you expect? All right. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to keep Miss Carmen in the house, and the rest of you can leave. Because Carmen needs to be. Carmen's a gift for her sister. This whole thing was to bring the two of you back together.
Did you ever consider just, asking her?
No, I'm a vampire. But I don't ask, I take.
You didn't do a
Say
very good
jump,
job.
and you start jumping. It's that simple. I'm also royalty. What do you expect from me?
Manners.
Right.
Yes. Royalty, I can see that.
Well, he certainly has the ego for it, if nothing else.
I feel like a royal would know the proper etiquette more than anybody else here.
No, she thinks she's royalty, but she's taken it. But Colette knows better. Surprises me you would let this creature remove your better judgment.
You're still out.
No, can't hear you. Oh no. When the storyteller's mic goes out. All right, y'all. It's our story now.
Quiet. Burn him. Loot the corpse.
Carmen's definitely using this opportunity to again case the room and try to figure out like weaknesses, best points of like if this goes bad. But she's also trying to like get her sister a little bit riled. It says
Ruffle
you're
her
deafened.
feathers.
Oh, wait, talk to us.
Yeah, I was just making sure it was working.
Yeah.
Vecta would be severely outclassing literally basically everyone in this universe.
All right, so during my little troubleshooting, I think I heard you talking to Colette about why she's here.
Basically, trying to instigate an issue where like the others were saying, "Oh, if you're royalty, you should have manners," but Carmen and Colette were actual royalty and raised as such, and therefore, Carmen's just being like snarky, like, "Oh, this is a pretender to the throne," type thing, and how could you let this creature like be above you and not follow standards or protocols or whatever, but like in a way that would bug her sister in a way that I can't think of the words right now.
Okay, roll me a clever.
Do I get any extra points because I grew up with her?
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 for that.
I need it.
So Colette just stands there and and she keeps glancing at Carmen, clearly thinking about it. Well, sister, she is a von Bismarck. They you know them. They kind of did that whole wars
You married
thing
a von
back.
Bismarck?
Yeah.
Well, how the mighty have fallen. And I just kind of like turn my back to both of them and just kind of walk around as if I'm like looking at the art, but really I'm just trying to get a better look at for tactical reasons.
Okay, so as you look around, you see that Colette's face is getting very thoughtful, and as she bites her lip, you actually see, you notice some fangs starting to come out.
I'm really pissing her off, aren't I?
She is looking fairly mad. And with a flash, you think everybody thinks for 4 heartbeats that she's coming after them, but instead she has pinned Bethany von Bismarck into the wall and has ripped her throat out.
That's a sister I remember.
And as she rips the head off and drops it to the ground, she bows her head to Carmen. Thank you, sister. It has been a while. It is. You are quite right. The Habsburgs should never have bowed to a Bismarck. Damn Krauts.
How are the rest of the vampires in the room dealing with this?
They're just like looking at each other like, holy fuck, that just happened. And as Colette sits back on the throne and just stares at you for a minute and goes, very well, because of our blood ties, I will call the vampires out of the city for a short time. That is the most I can do for our sisterly connection.
How do the others feel about that?
They don't matter. Only my will, as I am now in charge of the Covenant.
I look to the other characters and see how they're reacting to all this.
I'm literally wondering how they're all vampires and yet nobody has lunged for that body that she just ripped apart. Because I'm like, how y'all gonna do that? Like, I get it, you're old, but what kind of self-control do you have to not just eat the snack you just created out of this person? You're just gonna waste it?
Yeah.
And I say that out loud too. I'm like, you just gonna waste that?
Do you want to drink
Awful.
it? We could.
No, but I mean,
we could use a new one.
I'm just, what a waste, you know? Like, we're all about saving the planet here. Come on.
Look. Go talk to your Goblin Ice Queen mother, and she'll explain it to you. Yes, your mother and I have gone way back. I was your.
You know my mom?
Yeah, she's a goblin. Great woman, loves her blood. Her blood wine is to die for.
Meh. I've made better.
I will sign an agreement with you guys saying for the next 3 months, none of my coven will bother the Warden City for 3 months. That is the best I can do for you. And then the war must go on. Is that all right, Bridget, Warden, Grey Warden?
You don't have authority to speak for the whole court, so just your
This
coven?
is my court, my coven. I control the vampires here.
Yeah, like I said, you have authority to speak for the whole Red Court, but the coven is acceptable.
I give you my word, if I have yours, that you will leave me and my alone for the next 3 months.
You have my word on my power.
Very well. I will have Mr. Queen drive you guys back with with a proper meal for the day.
Pizza?
Of course. What else would you do?
I don't know. They tried to feed me sandwiches that didn't even have cheese. Think
Oh,
about switching sides.
I
What
mean,
if the sausage on the pizza is just Bismarck?
Yeah, they're also drugged.
Like mystery
Okay.
sausage.
All right. I'd like to thank everybody. We're going to wrap this up right here. So, we're going to do our outros now. So thank you all. I'd like to thank each of you for playing. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully I was able to facilitate your story. So once more, I am Caitlin. I am she, her. I was your storyteller for the night. My projects are, I run a publishing company and called Tea with Coffee Media. And I have 3 books published, 2 of them under K. Kalor, and the other is a lesbian Viking romance. So please check it out on our company site. If now we'll go to Bridget, and could you give us your outro? Bridget.
Oh, sorry, I zoned out for a second. Once again, I'm Valerie. My pronouns are she, her. You can see me on this channel every other Tuesday in Aaron's old Margreve campaign, and I will stream on my own personal channel at random times, but usually every other Thursday, definitely. We're going to be doing Yak's Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth once that comes out at the end of next month. But until then, we're going to be probably working on finishing up Final Fantasy 16. Hope to see you all there.
Awesome.
Sounds fun. Carmen.
Hello, I've been Carmen, also known as Celtic, and I'm a professional GM on Start Playing. If you ever want a game to play, and I run a small YouTube channel, Sweet D's RPGs. So it's YouTube/Sweet Derp G because I did not plan ahead, and that's me.
All right. Thank you. Penelope.
I played Penelope, of course. Cyanide. You can usually catch me over on Distal's Place. I run the Sunday table over there as well as play in 2 of the other campaigns. Yeah.
Thank you. Bricks.
Yes, hi. It has been an honor to play Bricks Briar. I do still go by Dicey. All of my socials, including Twitch, are Dicey Mango, where you can find me. I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Sundays will probably start streaming my mini painting series. So I like painting D&D minis. So if you want to come to that, I'm a pretty new and small streamer, but I still love what I do. So nice to meet you all.
Pleasure meeting you. And Kendra, please tell us about please take us out.
Hi, I played Kendra, she, her. I'm Pixelated Bunny. I am a DM for the Friday campaign and one of the Amberwind campaigns over at Distal's Place. And I am a developer for Emberwind now. Go check out emberwindgame.com, and I have been publishing with them here recently. And that's it. So.
All right. Well, thank you. I will look. I think I have a lot of things to go look up now. So thank you. It's very interesting. So we'd like to thank you all from Enchanting Sorcery Productions, and please join us on the our next show. Have a good night. Bye-bye, everybody.
Merry Yule!
And everybody have a great Yule.
And the longest night tonight. Or I guess it was last night, wasn't it?